like Joe says, I'm standing by your bed. They afraid you on a murder charge. Says Joe, but I ain't dead. Says Joe, I ain't dead. The copper bosses killed Joe. They shot you, Joe, says I did. It takes more than guns to kill a man. Says Joe, I didn't die. Says Joe, I didn't die. And standing there as big as life, and smiling with his eyes. Says Joe, one day I forgot to kill. Went on to organize. Went on to organize.
It is my pleasure and honor to be with you tonight. Southeastern Michigan Jobs with Justice feels a great sense of pride in being able to play a role in bringing our brothers from Chicago who have served as such a tremendous inspiration to us all.
I see we're walking down the same street. Would you take my hand? Divided we fall, together we stand. I think we're
This is the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Hall, Local 58, and we are very proud and happy to have this gathering here tonight with these guests, not only from Chicago, but also from 1937 and Flint. Standing next to me is Sandra Williams. I'm the first woman president of this local union, but Sandra is the first woman president of the Metro AFL-CIO.
Sisters and brothers, we have come to a place in this economy where it is between the haves and the have-nots. The middle class is shrinking. Unions built that middle class. Don't let anybody take it away from us. Don't let anybody say that union workers make too much money. It is CEOs and corporations that make too much money. Workers need to have the opportunity to bargain their way into the middle class, not beg or borrow their way into the middle class. And the Employee Free Choice Act will provide that opportunity. It is our best chance. Even for folks who have never ever been union members, they need to understand that the struggles that these Republic workers went through, the struggles that the 1937 sit-down strikers went through, and all labor unions who have struggled have impacted their lives. If you never have been a union member and never become a union member, whatever you have is based on the unions uplifting the quality and the standards.
You can hold your head up high when you organize. You can look the boss in the eye when you organize. When smiles back on your face, the world's a better place. So when you organize, when you organize.
It's always a good feeling to be around your peers, trade unionists, people that care about people, people who fight for social justice. And we're here tonight to honor some brothers and sisters who implemented those very time-tested and honored principles of solidarity. Banded together, recognized a social injustice and said, damn it, it's going to stop right here. The way I was brought up in a union home, our celebrities, our heroes were not football players, baseball players. They were men and women who sacrificed their personal wealth and self for the betterment of others. And that's the same thing I've taught my children. These are my celebrities. These are my soldiers of faith, and I love them. So tonight, we have with us the leadership of the Republic Workers. We have with us Bob Kingsley, National Director of Organization.
Let me bring to you now a father, a grandfather, and the fighting leader of UE Local 1110 in Chicago, Armando Robles.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you. I would like to dedicate that applause for what I would like to call the fathers of the strikes, of the sit-downs in the United States, which is the workers from 1937. I would like to start saying like my local don't have nothing different than the other locals. It's the same like every locals around the world. We fight each other to practice against with the company. We fight for years and years against the company. So it's not a first struggle we have against the company. When we find out the company was trying to move or trying to close the operations, it was in the middle of the night. They was moving office equipment. We followed those trailers to the southwest of Chicago, 30 minutes far away from the company. So after that, I called my union and I let them know, you know what? The company is moving trailers and they put on a storage place on Southside. A lot of things pass on our minds. Around 4 hours we've been sitting there in our cars watching, moving around there, watch what trailers numbers they got it. And then he asked me, what about if we do this? What about we do that? And I said, what about we grab the trailers from one of, I got friends, they are drivers. They could come and grab the trailers. And then the union forced the company to deal with us. I said, no, probably they gonna say that we stole the equipment. No. A lot of things happens. We think, bust the tires, a lot of stuff. And then my union representative, Mark Meister, told me, what about if the people stay in the plant? And I said, well, that's a great idea. We explained to people the risk. We could be arrested. If you got problems with the law or you are on a document, you're going to be in trouble. So we don't want nobody risk this. So and the next day, Monday, we started the leaders going car by car, looking for volunteers to stay in the plant. And from that day, we found out 45 people decide to anything. And the majority was women. So we came to the company, and the company said, well, we don't have enough money. We have to give it back to those machineries, to the banks, because they are the owners. We are not the owners now. And we have to cut we want to make a massive layoff. And the other thing is, we don't have to pay you your salaries, and then we don't have to pay to buy raw material. So please, guys, you have to continue working. And then the bank's going to give us the more credit for depending on how many windows we sell. So we keep working, and normally in December the 2nd, they make a meeting. Usually the company make meetings and they advise a week before or day before, but never 5 minutes before. And that day they told us we have an extra official meeting right now, and they announced they're gonna close the operations. They told us, you guys don't gonna receive your vacations, already earned. You don't gonna receive your check. Well, you're gonna receive these checks and the previous check, but probably it's gonna bounce. And the health insurance is gonna cover to December the 15th. Usually when they laid off, the health insurance covered to the end of the month. They told us it's gonna cover to December the 15th. And you guys has to work until Friday the 5th. If not, it's like you resign and you don't gonna be able to collect unemployment. So we say, well, we keep working to December the 5th. When we came on December the 5th, the company told us, you know what? When the health insurance find out that we're gonna shut operations, they cancel immediately the coverage. We explain to people, and we say we don't go nowhere. We're gonna stay until we get what we earn. That's right. So we stay. Yeah. We stay on the plan, and we set up a meeting with the company at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We go to the bank. The owner of the company, he don't show that day. We come back to the plan, and we explain to the workers. At that moment, we start making teams of people. We say, well, we can spend 6 hours here. We have to live. Make turns, 7, 8 hours each shift. We have to make people washing the doors. We have to make people clean, and other teams what you hear in the movie. Then Saturday we have a lot of support from a lot of unions from all over the country. We receive support from the religious communities. We receive normal workers from different places. On Monday when we come back to the negotiations, the president of the company, he was asking for his wages, for his salary, to pay his cards, to pay his white-collar people. And the union say, you know what, we are fighting for the workers. We are not fighting for your benefits. It's your obligation to pay your workers.
These workers, if they have earned these benefits and their pay, then these companies need to follow through on those commitments.
In that moment I say, I can't believe it. One person behind a desk, just sitting down, making $250,000. But the workers working hard all day, they make like $30,000 a year. And so we keep negotiating. On December the 10th, we get from the Bank of America $1.75 million for our benefits. Since the 10th till today, we don't stop working day by day with the main purpose to reopen the company. And we stay negotiating, and we are fighting for our rights, and we stay consistently fight with this. We almost have the ability to reopen the plant. We have a good and a buyer from California, and we are negotiating with that. And the purpose of this tour is to bring to all workers and let them know we don't have to sit down just waiting the government or the other people make our job. We have to make the job, and we have to force the government. We have to force to create laws to help the workers as a free choice act for our rights, for our dignity, and for all workers around the world, and for our family. Thank you.
Thank you, Detroit. Thank you, all the leaders and activists of labor and community organizations that committed acts of solidarity that made possible the historic victory at Republic Windows and Doors. We're organizers. We know that win is not possible. That fight is not won if there are not thousands of protesters in the streets of Chicago clogging the streets and blocking the traffic. If there are not protesters in front of the Bank of America in cities around the country. If there is not a solidarity demonstration in Detroit, in New York, in Boston, in Austin, down in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the headquarters of the Bank of America, or out in San Francisco, where the demonstrators were hauled away in handcuffs. Is Isn't it great, brothers and sisters? Isn't it great to see our labor movement acting like a movement because we are so powerful when we do? Inside that factory where our members served food, donated food inside the plant cafeteria while groups of other workers patrolled the entrances and exits to protect against the possibility that the police would be coming in to haul us out. Inside, where members of our local stood up by sitting down to demand a measure of justice. Where, with this nation's economy crashing down, they became first the faces of the victims of this recession, but through struggle, collective action, and victory, they later became the face of the resistance. With little left to lose, after the announcement of the plant closing, our members reached back into labor history for a fight-back plan used at the birth of our modern labor movement, most famously right here in the greater Detroit area by these brothers and sisters. We stand on your shoulders. We believe there's a couple of things to be taken from the struggle. One is that the combination of bold, aggressive action, union democracy, and labor solidarity is a winning combination, even in these difficult times. In fact, especially in these difficult times. This broken economy of ours cannot be fixed from the top down. We can't wait for somebody to do it for us. Real change, change that benefits ordinary Americans, America's working class, change that means a recovery not for bankers and CEOs and big bosses, but for people like us. That kind of change must be driven from the bottom, fueled by collective action and collective protest.
Bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte otra vez. Quiero mirarme en tus ojos, tenerte muy cerca.
I would like to thank all of my colleagues at Jobs with Justice. People who are in the leadership of Jobs with Justice are here with us tonight. Please raise your hand or stand up. Okay, all of you, come on. Stand up. Let's give folks a hand here. I'm the new kid. These are the people that built the organization. These are the people worthy of tremendous respect.